Hey, it's Toya, Kanban, roar! Or Daya to you, depending on which time zone you're at. Azera, hello! Welcome, welcome. It's been a hot minute. Okay, enjoy your lurk, though. I'm gonna give you a little shouty shout out. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Hope you're having a good New Year so far. Yeah. We're so back, Plum. Hello.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Okay. Okay, but in any case, we're back with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I'm sorry I ran off last night, basically like right at the crux, right at the peak of the climax. And yeah, I had to wake up early, so I was like, oh god, it's already like 3 a.m. I need to at least try to catch some sleep and then like go do my things. But yeah, I had a lot of food today, so like, really nice celebration, really nice food. And yeah, we're gonna be jumping right back, and I think we're gonna be ending episode 5 of the adventure portion of this game, and then I think we're gonna jump right into the first case of resolve, I think. Yes, okay. But yeah, enough delays, let's get right into it. Yes, continue, please. And let's see if I can still do a British accent. Okay, to be fair, I am having a little bit of a headache, but I promised y'all I was gonna finish this, so let's get to it. Accent. Okay, this is a flashback. Recover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked from the Ministry. And do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush. Hush-hush. A top-secret assignment, is it? As far as we're aware, the information stolen comes from confidential government communications. It would seem that if that information were to be revealed in court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector? Dots. I'm operating under the direct orders from the Ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question. Of course you're not, Gregson. Nah. So, realizing that there was a chance that you may be searched here in court, you decided to engage in an altercation with Nash Skulkin and deposit that little music box disc onto his person. Probably, right? You took steps to hide the disc you had acquired from the witness. Well, close enough, yeah. Does this mean? You only pretended to attack Mr. Skulkin in order to get close enough to him to slip the second disc into his pocket. So it was all a pretense. A pretense. Pretense, yeah, there we go. Dots. Graydon. Got something to add, sir? Well now, Inspector Gregson, and you, Mr. Graydon. Are you... Oh. I feel like it was a bit too much breath, so like, I think like spit caught in my throat, oh no. Are you prepared to admit to the accusation made against you of this alleged deal? Dots. Oh, he looks so nonchalant. Okay, what is up with you today? Admit to it. Yours truly, please. Mr. Graydon. Clearly our Eastern visitor has an uncommonly active imagination. However, there is no proof that I passed that disc to the Inspector.
Objection!
So he just had it on his person then. But then... How do you explain the reason why you knew about the peephole? I'm under no obligation to explain, but you're lying in court. So why, we can't believe you of anything. We just need to make sure that you are properly convicted and make sure that we do have evidence that you killed Winnebanks. So... What? Yes, I lied in my testimony. That I admit. So sentence me accordingly. And that is all I admit. Murder, leaking government secrets, striking a deal with the detective. All of it is this young Easton man's fancy. I have no idea what any of that is about. So, okay. So, you wouldn't mind if we play... If we inserted the second disc into the music box then, right? You... What? There's a surefire way to do this. We're playing... We are exposing government secrets. We will. Well, what about you then, Inspector Gregson? Do you admit to making a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc? Ladies and gents of the jury, as a Scotland Yard inspector, I will declare this and nothing more. I'm acting in the best interests of the country. Whatever I've done, it's been in the name of justice. I see, so you're not confirming nor denying, you're just, you know, saying, oh, these are my intentions, but like, that doesn't justify what you're doing. So, as members of the public of this fine country, I'd like to think that justice will be your guiding light when you're making your decisions. This is quite a quandary indeed. Rarely have I encountered such extraordinary tumultuousness in the concluding of a trial. Nevertheless, in the absence of any further evidence to be presented, no, you know what? He's saying those aren't government secrets, right? Right? He's saying, oh, there's no proof of government secrets, right? Okay, let's play the discs. I believe it is time that we put the matter to the jury for their final leanings. Well now, as a fellow servant of Queen and country, I must say I sympathize with the old inspector. Yes, he's a dependable man, I'm quite sure. In service, once becomes a good judge of character. Even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blood to me. Well, as a fellow professional, I like to put my faith in the detective, really. So do we need to do a summation examination? Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in presence of idol. Stop. Oh no, it's gonna be... Oh no, okay, so it's gonna be a jury... They're trying to go for a jury verdict. Detective is very much thrust in eyes. More than this, I cannot say. I don't believe it. These 6 jurors are... They're going to believe Gregson. If they declare their decision now... Is Gina going to be found guilty? If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, then I'm gonna lose. Isn't the second disc gonna be put as part of the court records? Either some proof that Gregson killed Mr. Winnebank, or stole those government secrets. Well, play it. Play the discs. Play them, please. Or some evidence to force Gregson into admitting that he struck a deal with the witness. Gregson, you either admit to what you've done, or I will play those tapes. I will play the discs. I will expose government secrets. Because you are abetting a criminal. Well then, counsel. I think it's time I imposed on the jurors to declare their final decisions, no? No, my lord. That is, unless you have some compelling evidence you have thus far not presented to the court. I'll let the judge call on the jurors to announce their leanings. Gina will be found guilty. So there's no choice then, Bruno. You have to throw some more evidence at them. This is it now. It all comes down to this. Who do I present evidence against? Gregson or Graydon? Hmm. Okay, so Gregson or Graydon, right? So let's consider the two things, right? In order to prove that, right? Which is hang on. So in order to kill against Graydon, we need proof that he either killed Winnebank or stole the government secrets, or evidence to force Gregson into admitting he struck a deal with the witness, right? So if we do this, right? That means his testimony is completely false already, because, like, even though we've proved that the peephole, you know, did not exist, that his testimony was completely BS, right? We don't have the third gun, so we don't have, like, it's on his person, but we don't have the thing to, like, we don't have definitive evidence that he is the one who did it, you know? I want to say Gregson, right? We will present, we will play the music to force him to admit it, like, right? Like, I feel like that's the only thing we can really do. We cannot leave it to the jury, right? So, compelling evidence you have thus far not presented to the court. Not presented. Not presented. Like, what I'm just... I still want to say Gregson, right? But the thing is that we don't have the second disc. Okay. Hopefully it's the right choice. Let's say Gregson. Inspector Gregson. Here's one final piece of evidence I would like you to see. What's that then? If you refuse to acknowledge that you did in fact strike a deal with the witness here today, then you leave us no choice but to examine this piece of evidence thoroughly. Well, go on. The music box, the disc. This is my last chance. It looks like I'm going to have to force his hand here. One final piece of evidence to get this detective to admit to the deal he clearly struck for Graydon. I feel like it would have to be, like, the disc, right? We do the disc again. Because, like, we don't have the second disc. So we have to, like, present this, right?
Take that!
Yes! Is that? Because we don't have the second disc. This is the only thing we have. Right? So here's the thing, Gregson. If you will not admit that you colluded with that witness, I will expose government secrets right here in this courtroom. What is your play, sir? What is your fucking play? Is that Mr. McGilded's music box disc, counsel? Yes, the first disc of 2, which has already been placed in Mr. McGilded's special music box, ready to play. I think perhaps now would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Only this time, with the second disc we just discovered set in place as well. Goodness, this disc, counsel. No, wait! I can't let you do that! Why not? Because it's got nothing to do with this case. That's why. And how do you know that?
Objection!
Not true, Inspector. The defense has already proposed that the sounds heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of a Morse code message. We know that Morse code comprises of 2 distinct tones, and we just found a second disc. So let me prove my theory. Why don't you? The defense believes that the second disc contains the second tone needed to complete the message. And now we have a chance to confirm that theory. No crying out loud, Sunshine. We're talking about state secrets here. If you go letting the whole courtroom hear confidential information like that, it's treason. I don't care. Then do you admit the charge? Then in order to protect those state secrets, you engaged in unlawful dealings with a witness. You're mad. If you let that secret information out into the public domain, you've been making an enemy of the entire British government, you idiot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're getting Gina out. We're getting her out, even if we have to go against the entire British government.
Objection!
Yeah, let's go over in this case, single hand stomp. Let's go. Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leak confidential case details to a witness. You're no better. That you continue to lie to the court. And all because, by fair means or foul, you're determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do my goddamn Inosuke. Fuck, that's a killer line. Yeah. Don't you dare. I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. Let's go, Inosuke. Bunzeeks? Sir? Are you pouring it out for me? My lord, if you please. The court must hear the sounds made by that music box. Come on, Von Zeeks. For Pete's sake, stop him.
Objection!
Oh, good sir. We pray forgive the discourtesy of axe kicking your ridiculous statement, Inspector. The leg slam, god damn. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. We did it. We did it. We did it. This is the fucking climax. Let's fucking go. Oh shit. Okay. Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor. I'm no Scotland Yard puppet. In this courtroom, my duty is to the law. So let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth. My fair means or foul. Von Zeek's my guy. Oh shit. Homie. We're homies now. Let's go. No! Very well. The defense stands here and that of the prosecution has been made very clear, I feel. Therefore, in accordance with the defense's request, the court will now listen as its music box is set in operation once more. My man, my homie. This time, with the second disc in place and both discs playing simultaneously. Let's listen. Let's do it. Oh, listen to that. It's unmistakable now. It's Morse code. Shut the blooming box up! Dots. Yeah. Let's go. Exposing government secrets? Just another Tuesday for Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ace Attorney. Okay. Gotta get serious and somber now. Well, even more serious and somber. Gotta lower the voice. Let me ask you again then, Inspector Gregson. Did you, or did you not, strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stand, Mr. Ashley Graydon? Specifically, did you furnish the witness with confidential case details in exchange for this music box disc? Did you reveal the existence of the people in the pawnbroker's storeroom door, Inspector? Dots. I did. Stop! What are you doing, man? It's all exactly like the young Easton lawyer said. When the trial resumed after the recess, and we were stood here in the stand together, that's when he approached me with the deal. I see. Shut up, you imbecile! Shut up! My gosh. Psst. You there. You're the detective who turned up the pawnbroker the other day, aren't you? I may have something you're looking for, Inspector, with me at this very moment. So how about a trade? I suggest you accept. Or information that may make certain individuals uncomfortable will soon become very public indeed. I couldn't let that information become public knowledge, not under any circumstances. So I accepted the man's proposal and told him details about the case that should have put him in the clear. The people in the storeroom door, and the bloodstains on the overcoat. Oh, like he would know because like the police had the code with them. By giving false testimony, this witness intended to have the defendant wrongly accused of murder. Inspector, you knew that! Yet you still revealed those details to facilitate the witness' perjury! I did, and you call yourself a Scotland Yard inspector. But then it turned out the people had only been made that night, after the incident took place. Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that, if I'm perfectly honest. Well, Mr. Graydon, what do you have to say for yourself? There's nothing, and no one left for you to hide behind. You struck a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime, namely this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question. And you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Windabank. You! Ooh, damn, he broke his cane. Traitor! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck, Gregson! Oh, shit! Oh, no! Oh, someone stop him! Yo, bailiff, what the fuck? Bailiff! Bailiff, stop him! Yo! Bailiff! Bailiff! Restrain the man! At once! Holy shit, my guy. God damn. His pupils contracted so much. My god, he was going insane. That's it then. It's all over. Dots. Dots. Dots, okay. Okay, this should be, Graydon. I despised my life growing up. Those slums were vile places. I was cursed from birth, born into poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. My parents did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me. So I set about studying, to better myself, to one day escape from that hellhole. And you eventually became a communications officer. I admire your determination. But then you decided to try to sell government secrets. Why? Because he was probably afraid of, like, becoming poor, right? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmares of my life in the slums awake me in the small hours. I wanted to drown them out, with more money than anyone who lived in that squalor could ever imagine. And one day, I met him. McGilded. Mr. Magnus McGilded. You're a fiend of acquired talent, so you are. I've money to throw your way if you're interested. All you need to do is go along with me little plan now. I was just... blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Dang, okay. I was to steal the Ministry's telegraphic message logs, and McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. As I was responsible for inspections of the Ministry's communications office, it was a simple enough task. The law of the devil's offerings. How easy it is to succumb. But you must surely have realized the seriousness of the crime you were committing. And for that reason, I took great lengths to ensure that my actions were untraceable. You used your father, and the box, by using the music box. My father was a brickmaker, and my mother divorced him while I was still a child. Yes, Mr. Mason Milverton. That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He'd once been a music box maker's apprentice, so he was very technical. All right. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought out my father again to employ his services. It was the first time I'd seen him since I left the slums 10 years earlier. Wait, you're like, what, 27 or something? Yeah, 17 years? Okay, alright. Dang. Look at you, Ashley. What a fine gent you've become, eh? He was a different man to the one in my memory. A thin, frail old man. But poverty had never broken him. Never corrupted him, like it had me. I was sure that he wouldn't help me if I told him the real reason. So I made up a story. I've got some work for you, Father. I need some music box discs made. Music box discs, eh? A musician friend of mine has written some music he wants to sell to the public. I brought the score with me. There are two, actually. I've been delighted, son. It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Fetch my tools, will you? They're in the loft. That's how I had to make the two discs. Thereby splitting the information in two. You were taking considerable precautions indeed. It was to protect myself as much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in two separate transactions. The first involved the first of the two discs, and a music box for playing them. I exchanged them with McGilded for 10 guineas. Then, on recipient of the second disc, he would pay 1,000... 1,000? Jesus, okay, that's a lot of money. Guineas. So, what happened on the omnibus 2 months ago? What's the second part of the deal? The exchange of the second disc. Yes. I'd told the man information that way a number of times already. But it seems he's become reluctant to part with his money. I see. But that doesn't quite make sense, Mr. Graydon. But what was it on the omnibus 2 months ago? Yeah, like why was your dad there instead of you? Your father, Mr. Milverton, was the one dealing with McGilded, and not yourself. When I received 1,000 guineas, after my first completed dealings with McGilded, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles. Okay, you're actually being, like, really fair. But my father realized something was amiss. In time, he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious. And when he did, he said to me, "Next time there's an exchange, you let your old men do it. Understand? Otherwise, I won't take your money anymore." Dots. Oh. So he was protecting you, right? That was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose. Climb into the omnibus, hand over the second disc, and take the money from McGilded. That's it. He had no idea what was actually on the discs I'd asked him to make. He never knew. Just like I'd never know why everything went so horribly wrong that night. Yeah, he got killed, got murdered. All I know is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. Dots. 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 It was only then that I found out what sort of monster McGilded really was. So after 10 years of not once uttering it, I swore on my father's name. To exact revenge. Wait! Are you the one who killed McGilded? You were the one who set the omnibus on fire? Revenge! As anyone with even the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine, McGilded brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways. Damn, okay. To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. The crime scene was tampered with, evidence was fixed, and witnesses were bribed. That trial 2 months ago was a farce from start to finish. My feet had barely touched British soil back then, and I walked into that hornet's nest, completely unaware of the sinister background to it all. Yeah, we were used, Ryunosuke. We were used like a damn fiddle. I had made plenty of money out of my dealings with my gilded by then. But I spent nothing in my arrangements 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in the city willing to do anything you ask. McGilden himself has shown me that. Or are you saying that you're the one who killed him? I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything to his favor in this courtroom to ensure that he walked free. I took matters into my own hands and delivered the justice that monster deserved. That tragic accident, following the trial here 2 months ago, was planned and executed by yours truly. Matilda's death that day was caused by this man. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I was not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Oh, I must be making tracks now. It's time for an inspection. I'm going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. Odds if I could be present for it myself. Oh, my nose is a little bit clogged. It's making it a little bit weird. So that policeman who came to tell McGill that he could examine the omnibus again was a fake. He was planted. That's right. An imposter. Hired by me. McGill did use his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus of all manner of false evidence. He threatened witnesses to lie in their testimony. So I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused in paraffin, one of my sham policemen ushered McGilden inside and sent him on a one-way journey to hell. An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death. A spine-chilling account indeed. But that wasn't the end of it for me. It was a loose end, you see. The discs. To hide your dealings with him, right? A loose end. Yes. I should think it's obvious. The second disc, which my father had taken to exchange with McGilden. Ah, yes. There was indeed no mention of it in the man's trial 2 months ago. Clearly because it had been removed from the scene of the crime. When I realized it was missing, I remembered something. Something from the first time I dealt with McGilden. Oh? So you had your dealings with him on the omnibus. This is the first of the 2 discs. In the music box you need to play them. Wow, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for ye, young man. What's this? Windenbag's pawnbrokery. Aye, there's a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an article I deposit there for you. I've deposited there for ye. There's no need to give a name. Just hand over the ticket and tell the fiend the watchword. I'll put a jewel in pawn for you. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will. Oh, okay. So I was right, in a way. Like, you know, like, when we first found out about the pawnbroker and the way it functioned, I made a prediction that, like, you know what? People can use the pawnbroker as a way of, like, committing crimes, right? Like, either, like, through payments or, like, you know, maybe, like, exchanging of drugs and stuff. Like, because with the way Windibanks worked, right? He didn't care what it was he was storing, in a sense, right? So long as he came back for it before the 2 months were up, or paid for the deposit or whichever, you know? So he made it really easy for, like, criminals to do business there, to make exchanges. I've never heard of a pawnbroker being used in quite that way before. I feel like it's weird that my mind immediately thought of that, though. Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbrokers are very useful places, you know. Each one is like an extremely secure vault. Dots. 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 So I knew that he'd taken steps to hide the disc. It would be in that pawnbrokery somewhere. And on that night he killed my father. He must have entrusted the ticket to someone. Yes, to Gina. I remember now. When we first met you at Windibanks that afternoon two days ago. You had a description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for? Either he paid someone to look for it, or maybe he was at the trial, right? From the trial, that pickpocket's testimony was clearly peculiar. Anyone could see that. I realized immediately that she was another of McGilda's pawns, that he must have threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out of the woodwork on the redemption deadline. And it was absolutely right. And yes, sure enough, she did. All I needed to do was to wait until the girl went to Windibanks to redeem the articles. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilda's overcoat and the one disc that was in his pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing. Because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier. But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion. Meanwhile, as our investigation into the stolen government secrets was progressing, we picked up on the fact that McGilda was involved. Inspector, you've recovered fast. Okay, alright. My orders were to recover the stolen information as quickly as possible. So we started gathering the fellow's possessions and examining whatever we could lay our hands on. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it as quiet as we could. Then, when the inspector here took the disc with me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. I was sure the music box and its second disc was still there in the shop somewhere. So I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles before the police did. So that's what prompted you to break into the place that same night. With the help of your old friends, the Skulkin brothers. Dots. What happened that night in the pawnbrokery, I can only describe as a nightmare. While Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, and located in the music box I told to McGilda on the shelves of forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside. Yes, I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. What are you doing in my shop? Oh, you got shot. A gunshot rang out in the shop and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. A broker fired his gun, and the bullet pierced your limb. Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. And you killed him. You shot him dead to rights. Before I knew what was happening, I'd fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But, unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. It struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge. Sorry tale. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo even realized what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Windenbanks on that wretched night. Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. We're getting to like the conclusion, the concluding statements, among other things. Oh wait, hang on. Dots. 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 But he admitted it. He did it. He's the killer. We did it. We saved Gina. Give me a second. I need to rush to the bathroom really quickly. I'll be right back. So just, I'll pay this Von Zeeks to stare at you. Give me one moment. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I'm back. Okay. Earlier, you called McGilden a monster. A man who used his wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice, the crime of murder. You are no better than McGilden, Mr. Graydon. Mr. Graydon. Oh. What tragic irony. What you have done is exactly the same. You've become the very monster you saw and despise so deeply in McGilden. Yes, I think I have. So, are the jurors ready to give us a verdict? Well, this has been a long and exhausting trial. However, it would seem that at last we have arrived at the truth. Inspector Gregson, what of Ashley Graydon? It's been restrained, my lord, and is being escorted to the yard. It'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Winterbank and the stealing of government secrets. Very good. But that's capital punishment, isn't it? And you, Inspector. Regrettably, you will have to face charges yourself. Yes, my lord. Of course. It transpires that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice. That fact remains, whether or not you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and inexcusable. Dots. Now, to the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah? And it's time for the final adjudication. Is the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Yes, sir. Gary Depp Squadron standing by, sir. This is really it now. The last push, the final call, the finishing whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will now declare your final decisions to the court.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Let's go! We did it! That's the stuff. I'm off the hook! Finally, Bruno! You finally managed to do it! We did it! We saved Gina! Woo! Finally is the word. I wasn't sure if it'd come out on top for a while there. Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world. Miss Lestrade, I'm not finished with you yet. Yeah, you still have to go to. You still have to be charged for perjury, Gina. What are you looking at me like that for? Before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain other crimes to consider. 2 months ago, in my courtroom no less, you gave false testimony, did you not? And in relation to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter Winterbank's pawnbrokery, you also attempted to abscond with Mr. McGilden's property, it seems. I never done nothing of the sort. Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilden's coat in your cell yesterday or anything. To be fair, the coat was given to her by Scotland Yard. Aw. And just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Ginny this evening. And turning our attention to the defense. Determining that, when played together, the music box containing contained a message in Morse code was, well, it was certainly a most unexpected revelation, Council. Are you actually gonna enjoy this class, Funsies? Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today. I propose a toast. Actually? You're not gonna just toss that shit at me? Okay. To demanding that government secrets be disseminated before the entire courtroom. Ah. Very sorry about that. It was the only way that I could get Inspector Gregton to admit what he'd done, so... If I may say something on that point. Isn't that... It's, about the sounds produced by the music box before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all. What? What are you saying, madam? Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see. So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact. Goodness, madam. An unhealthy level of obsession one feels. But I must say that, in my opinion, the sounds produced by those two discs were nothing more than that. A meaningless series of two different tones, but what if it's because we were putting it in the wrong... We were putting the discs in the wrong way? Like, what if they were meant to be, like, reversed? Right? What? Can that really be? It wasn't Morse code after all? Ryunosuke, no, we can't play government secrets twice. My lord, the defense would like to listen to the music box again. Are you off your nut? How many times do I have to tell you? Those discs contain ministerial secrets, Sunshine. Bro, the trial is over. What if this... Yeah, exactly. What if they should be, like, swapped? That's what I was saying. But it's like, sir, Ryunosuke, please, not here. This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government communications. I'm gonna start saying off your nut. Dang. We know McGodet conspired to trade national secrets of our enemies. Secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man has admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further. But it's really going to bother me. I mean, but here's the thing. He all but admitted that the disc recorded Morse code, you know? Miss Lestrade. Yeah, my lord. That's such a mood, right? That which you have seen today in this courtroom has been extremely disturbing. Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalogue of depravity. Hang it! So gassy today, dang. An appalling experience to befall any child. Come on, it ain't nothing I don't see most days in the back slums. I beg your pardon. If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes. Gina. Dots. But look, I reckon I'd work something out today. The road ain't fair, but he wanted to change. You gotta start at home. You gotta change how you are yourself. Gina. Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. I eagerly look forward to the born-again Miss Lestrade never gracing my courtroom with her presence again. Yeah, what if she becomes an Inspector Lestrade, huh? Like what if, right? Dots. Now, with regard to the murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank, proprietor of a pawnbrokery business on Baker Street, I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not Guilty, let's go! Where is the confetti coming from? Like, where is the fireworks coming from in the court? Oh, it's Gina? Gina! You're the one doing this. How are you able to fire fireworks from that? It's a smoke grenade launcher. That is all. Court is adjourned. Am I not gonna get penalized for getting a false, not guilty? From a gilded? Oh. Two guys hanging in the courtroom. A long way apart. On a personal note, I must say, you've surprised me, my Far Eastern friend. Okay, so, are we chill now? Like, you're still not calling me by my name, by your name, but like, at least the title is less like incendiary. Oh. Two bros chilling in the Okay, no, you're still a little racist, Bunzeeks. Despite being a Nipponese, you saw through the pretense to the mouth that festered within that Englishman. Despite, yes, my god. And at the same time, saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. Dots. I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not so very different on the inside. Dots. You know, I took this case for one very simple reason. To lock swords with you once again here, in the courtroom. Yes, sir. You did. When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me. Of toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed. Uh-oh. Okay, so you're racist because there's a reason for that. So I guess like you were betrayed by a Japanese person before. So I guess like because we got like an acquittal, we got McGilded acquitted, and that's why it's like, ah, I see. My racism has licks to stand on, I guess. You're you. I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try to understand. Yeah, I'm holding a grudge because of his ex or something. Maybe. Rico, hello. Welcome back. Dots. You mentioned something similar earlier today. About total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly? Dots. Well, you may ask. And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not. Dots. Alright. Then I'll wait for that day, if I must. Do I get to enjoy that vintage too? Do I get to enjoy that vintage, good sir? No? Okay. Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey, and my retirement from service 5 years ago. It gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose. Maybe. It must be fate, right? Something tying us together. Uh-oh, I guess I don't get to enjoy that. Okay. So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow. Until we meet again. Is Ryunosuke of age? I assume in 18 or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. He's like 23 or something. I'm pretty sure he's like 23. Like, he's older than Susato. He's like 23 or 24. When is the Meiji era anyway? Not 1800. Wait. Hang on. Let me like double check what the dates are. I'm on my laptop, I can just look it up. This would be like early 1900s, I think. Okay, 1868 to like, alright, okay. Because we never get the year. We get the day and month, but not the year, so. But sir, I could have enjoyed that fine vintage. Why would you crush it in front of me? Why, good sir? Why? 17th April, 5:24 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. That's done. It's over at last. Dots. But where's Iris disappeared to? Did she go, like, find Gina or something? Gina, you're here! Ah, Gina. Congratulations, Gina. I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent. Dots. Well, you did what you said, Mr. Naruto. You believed in me, right up to the end. It was hard as your name. What's hard about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I? Dots. No one ever asked before, see? Kept the promise I made, properly. That's awful. I've figured something out today. All my life, growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just because I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when he let you down. I was about to say there's nothing that would indicate a year, but Soseki did actually spend time studying in London. That is true. That is very true. So, like, the year he left would be the year that this takes place, right? Soseki, Natsume, England. Okay, 1902. Okay, no. Okay. Left the United Kingdom in December 1902, returning to the Empire of Japan in January 1903, so 2 months later. Okay, so this takes place 2 months, essentially like 2 months or a bit more, right before, right after Soseki left. So it's 1903 right now. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, not 2 months. 2 months. No. 50, okay, 2 months after the first trial. So yeah, at least 1903, right? Wait. It did say January, right? No, April. Okay, April. But at least like 1903, like 1900s at least. Yes. I think I can understand that. After all, I had a taste of it in that trial 2 months ago. But who knows, there might be other stuff that would make it not 1902-03. That is true. I chose to trust someone and paid for it. The betrayal left a big scar, but they did mention, like, during Soseki's when we were investigating him, that he was already here for 2 years, which is the actual proper time frame for his, like, IRL, like, sojourn to London. You know, though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently too. Trusting in someone is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do, and your trust is rewarded, there's no better feeling in the world. I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson. Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat load of sense to me, though. I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure. I'm crying out loud, pack it in! Aw, is it a bit too mushy for you, Gina? But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. Aw, I mean, sometimes trusting someone else is, you know, alright. Thanks. Aw. This is the way I see it, Rinosuke. The Seishun wins is back! A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Dots. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma. Am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be? Dots. Pardon the interruption. That's Sholmes, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. We see the hair. Well, what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? That voice! It's too late for the voice now, Mr. Naruhodo. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. But bro, you passed out with a high fever. Yes, it was me all along, I would have said when you finally noticed me. But you people, with your incessant babbling. I'm sorry for yapping, my guy, damn, alright. But Mr. Sholmes! Yes, it was me all along, you see? My god, he's silly posing again. Did you just change out of those clothes right in front of us? Okay. Alright. I'd assumed you've been taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape again. Oh. Sir, please stop doing that. I happened to be aware of 1 or 2 foibles of the doctor who was tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence. Oh, very above board. But enough of my adventures. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you. We're friends now? Hey. Oh, thank you. We're close friends of Herlock Sholmes. Some great detective you are. Being as great at being cold as ice, maybe. Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade? Or you've been having a snooze in your knife-soft bed? Some of us have been fighting for our lives. Ah, well. That bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but, well, have a okay, sir, don't mind if I do. Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Sholmes? You're strangling me? And, in some way, I suppose. Congratulations on order for you too, Miss Lestrade. What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted? I mean, you are still being charged with like other crimes that you actually did commit, Gina. Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but an acquittal in a trial of that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little no. Oh no, the curse of the Reaper. Well done, Mr. Sholmes. Not alarming in the slightest. Oh, the Reaper, you mean? Because anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead, yeah? Is that it? The very point I was trying to make. It's exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilded, in fact. But of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself. Thoughts? Yeah, well, it don't bother me. Oh, really? Of course not. The way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like him upstairs. Him upstairs? Oh, you mean like God? Just straight up? Okay. Yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? He knows what people are like on the inside. He wouldn't have got the wrong end of the stick. There was some curves like the bug trotter. What a rotten to the core. Oh, Dark Knight, hello. Thank you so much for the follow. You're now a snow patroller. It is now your solemn duty to go around looking for not-so-chill vibes and make them chill again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good time here. At the end of the day, him upstairs make sure they get what they deserve. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming lives is another. Well, I ain't like the McGilded of this world, so ain't scared. I got principles, say? Well, you do indeed. Dots. A trait in you which is to be admired, Miss Lestrade. Oi! Just give a rest, alright? As I was saying, congratulations are in order. What's up? Hello, it's up to you. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina. Oh, you're calling her Gina? Dots. Well, there you are, Hurley. How long have you been here? Iris? Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there. So what's the mission for today? We are finishing up this case and then probably starting with the next case as well. Yes. Ah, Iris, my dear. I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves by not noticing me in the corner while I was in disguise. Truly utterly rubbish. What happened? As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in his room dressed as a bailiff. Got it. Ace Attorney is so fun good. Yeah, it is. I love it. And honestly, like being able to play like Daigaku Tensaiban, like finally translated and whatnot. It gives me good feels. I need to start playing. I need to start streaming Ace Attorney Investigations. I need to start doing that. Yeah. But these dolts didn't notice my presence. That's all. They had no idea. Can you imagine it, Iris? Would you credit it? I'm not sure, really. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, Hurley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have. Oh God, Iris, no! That's your dad you're speaking to. In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's gonna land you in trouble one day. Aww. I'll be careful. Ouch. Anyway, it's such a shame. I was still hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you? Don't look like I'm gonna be going nowhere for a while. You're the judge, Patter. I got stuff to make amends for, apparently. All them offenses. What was it again? Breaking, entering, taking the bog trotter stuff. What was in luck, blah blah blah. Yes, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense. But diving in an offense, it's a job, innit? I mean, I guess you can call it self-employment, Gina, sure. I don't think so. Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work at... maybe in the police force? You can become Inspector Lestrade, right? I mean, he didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo? Yeah, he was an English major. Well, no. But I was never a pickpocket. Ours, bro, he just recovered from getting shot. There's no need for that. She's just really pouring salt on his bullet, on his gun wound. Well, anyway, I reckon I can make a change. I'm gonna do something for all them lot like me from the slums. Something that makes a difference for them. That's a wonderful idea, Ginny. I'm sure you can do it. What is it? Oh, Gina. Nothing. Miss Gina Lestrade. The prison carriage has arrived, ma'am. Come with me to the rear gate at once. It's okay, Gina. We'll visit you in prison. We'll see you. Right. Well, looks like I'm off then. Yes. Goodbye, Gina. And good luck. Dots. Odo? Yes? Dots. Gina, no! Gina, no! Gina, please! No! No! Oh god. I should have had time to dodge. She reloaded so slowly. Why is her reloading so complicated? Oh god. Okay. What was that for? I don't know. I mean, you tsundere, stop shooting me. I don't know what to say. So, well, at least this one didn't flip him over. God, can you imagine I get shot and I get a Susato takedown? Good god. Ah, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Miss Lestrade. Eh? On occasions such as this... You say thank you? I would recommend a simple thank you. Oh. Oh yes! It's good advice, Ginny. Right, I see. Well... Thoughts. Oh! Took off your cap! Thanks, Odo. Oh, Gina. Oh my gosh. Thank you for everything what you've done, for believing in me. She cried so much she doesn't have like the dirt marks on her cheeks anymore. Aw. Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. What the heck? Well, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again. Well, we better visit her in prison. Dude. Well. Quite the indomitable pickpass. Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. Oh, already? They're already publishing things? It's a special edition. And this trial is all over the front page. Pickpocket's innocent proven. Isn't it wonderful? You should have shown it to Gina, Iris. She would have been thrilled. Oh no! How silly of me. But anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news? Bad news first, good news later, please. Yeah, not again. Well, what do you say, Runo? Hurley? As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Thank you, Runosuke. Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news. Chomes. And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it? let's not go there. Alright then. Maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently. Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort. Alright then, what's the bad news? The huge storm has left the seas very choppy. That means the ship hasn't left, right? The channels in particular is awful, so sailings out of Dover have been delayed by a day or more. So we get to say goodbye to Sasato. Wait, Dover. That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still we may still make it in time to wave Susie off. But there won't be a train, surely. We couldn't be that lucky. But Shome's probably already hired a carriage, right? Who do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Shomes? I rushed to Victoria Station earlier and made arrangements for a special just for you? Just for... Okay, alright. Hurry now. We shall be there in time for dinner. And I know of a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked soul. Oh my god! The baked soul! Oh my god! It made it into the game! The baked soul! The fine restaurant with the baked soul, it made it into the game! That's another Holmes reference right there. Oh my god, let's go. God damn. The great detective does it again! Indeed he does! I happen to be aware of a number of the rail state transport directors for... So you blackmailed him? What? I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. Elementary. Dots. Just an idea, but it might be right to stop manipulating people that way. What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. I got it, made it. 18th April, 5:32 a.m. Port of Dover. Quayside. That took somewhat longer than I had anticipated. Yeah, you said by dinner. It's the morning. Susie's boat must be about to leave now. Mr. Sato, where are you? Sasato, there you are! Over there, look! It looks like she's reading something.
Hold it!
Mr. Sato, wait! What are you doing? The look on her face! Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here? We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to the bad weather, you see. Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go? She's acquitted, baby, let's go! It went well. She was acquitted. Oh, look at that smile. That's wonderful. Really wonderful news. The book you were going to throw into the sea. It was your Encyclopedia of British Law, wasn't it? Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that. Dots. I'm not worried you're practicing law in any way now. So, I was saying my final farewell. Because you tampered with the crime scene? You were saying goodbye to law? You? Sasato-san? Would I be correct in assuming it's because of the peephole, Mrs. Sato? Dots. I deliberately altered the scene of a crime, and I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. That reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie? She took it. She pickpocketed it off of you, right? On the evening of the incident, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember. Oh yes, we had a wonderful time! Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? The art of pickpocketing, I mean. Oh, that was so much fun! I saw Runo's armband! Yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me. Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cat flapper mat. So I had it up my sleeve just the whole time? Really? And then I rather forgot about it until I found myself in Mr. Winnebank's shop with it later that night. I see. And then... Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Leave me! Mr. Naruhodo. Right. After Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play on my mind. The storeroom door, you mean? Yes. If Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could only be behind that door. And at that moment, the little device that I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know. So, you used the cat flapper mat to make the people in the door. Has kept it in a photographic print of the shop. Well, one of Hurley's red-handed recorders. Exactly. Indeed. It was of the first importance at that point. Precisely when the people was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. Though naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing. But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight of that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remember that trial 2 months earlier. The trial of Magnus McGilden. I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then, a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? Like, make Gina take the fall? Because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Winnebank. Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing. You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime. That's right. But then I realized it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case. What do you mean? Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have to be a way to see beyond the door. True? Ah. For which, a peephole would be the very thing. Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the trial had been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference. But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not? A trap? Is that why she did it? So, is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even to the police. I know. And I knew at the time that what I was doing was wrong. A criminal offense, even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes. That's why you went to him that night. But Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape. The truth about the people could save him. That was my plan. She really does think of everything. But then... Why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If you had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade. Ah, right, I would have... Right. I see. True. You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with a crime scene. So Mr. Sato decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone. For your sake, and Mr. Strawn's. Mr. Sato. Dots. The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law. No, Mr. Sato, no. Oh. I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant. Dots. Dots. What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Graydon is the one who lied in the witness stand, using that people as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, the people inconsistency hadn't existed. I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. That is true, because like they were already against her to begin with, right? The jury was biased against her. Mrs. Sato, what you did saved Gina's life. Dots. Well, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo, you saved me too from my regrets. Aw, Susato. Well, we must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends in that trial will continue to play on my mind, I'm sure. But the revelation that the music box disc contains secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration. Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was. Oh, it wasn't? But sir, it's only because probably the discs were in the wrong slots. There was a communications officer among the jury members, you see. A telegraph operator. And she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. Oh, wait, it was ciphered. Right? It was because remember, like it was ciphered. So they take the tones, and do a Caesarean cipher or something, right? As one would expect, after all. We're talking about secret government communications. No doubt they're written in cipher to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted. In cipher, I see. So then we could never have hoped to understand the message anyway. Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you. Dots. A. So... Asoki? What? Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny, but no, that is a word. That's very much a word. Wait, Iris, what did you just say? Oh, I just said asogi. Does that word mean something to you? Means something? Asogi. It's the name of my best friend. What? But how? How do you know that name, Iris? How do you know the title of the Hound of Baskerville, Susato? I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was just playing on the music box. She transcribed it on the fly? She really is a genius, damn, okay. I thought your message probably wouldn't be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. So which cipher worked out? That is, in English at least. Oh. It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code. not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use in their own languages. I don't believe it. Are you saying it was a Morse code in Japanese? That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before, but I think it's based on the Iroha pengram, isn't it? You mean to say that in Japanese Morse code the message says Asogi? Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code. Iris, would you let me see that? Mrs. Sato, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code? Yes, I spent some time studying it. Damn, Sasato! Because I'm quite sure Morse code would become ever more important for international communications. God damn, Sasato. Then might I recommend, my dear madam, that you focus your efforts on the English version. Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please. Of course. Dots. Dots. But what can this possibly mean? Whatever is in that long sequence of supposedly meaningless dots and dashes, it's made the color drain from Sasato-san's face. Dots. There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code. So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications. I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names. What are the names? So I keep remembering that this game duology is one story. Like one overarching story. So is this setting up for the next game? 4 names. The first is Kei Asogi. Kazuma. Right? Definitely. Kazuma Asogi. Why? Why was his name on that disc? The second is Shin? Shin? I don't recognize that name. The third is T. Gregson. Gregson? Gregson. Oh, it would seem Tobias Gregson is the third man on the list. Why was Gregson's name in secret government communications? And what's his name doing in a secret government communication as well? Exactly. And the last name. What's the matter, Mrs. Sato? It's just so strange. So unexpected. Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense. Dots. The last name is J. Wilson. John Wilson? What? Wilson. John H. Wilson. You mean Daddy? Dots. It says only J. Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Then, after the 4 names it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all 4. And that's the end of the message. Or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris. Dots. I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought that those discs contain Japanese Morse code? Not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names. It would appear that this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan. So, Daddy could be in Japan then? Where's Susie and Bruno come from? Oh, well, yeah, maybe. No. It's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people of the surname Wilson, and there must be lots of J's among them. Dots. Yeah, but a Dr. John H. Wilson that was a visiting professor at Yume University? Yeah. Professor John H. Wilson. Visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. But we can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't. This is so strange. Somehow in solving the case of Mr. Winnemeg's murder today. I feel like I've rode back a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave. Dots. I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside. Dots. Maybe. Oh no, your boat's leaving. Oh dear. The ship's gonna set sail soon. Yes, it seems so. I'll sail on that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in France. Then I'll change onto a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. You're really going then, Susie? We wish you a safe passage. We wish you a safe passage, Mrs. Sato. It's not passage, it's passage. Okay. Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best. Mrs. Sato, I'd hoped to have you always at my side to guide me and support me. Mr. Naruhodo! Sir! Rinosuke? Please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world. Oh, this is the Rinosuke! Gods, I'm quite sure I'll be back before you know it. Really, Susie? Oh, now don't forget, Iris. I made you a promise I've yet to fulfill. A promise. About your manuscript. Ah. Oh yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles. Dots. Well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise. Definitely, Iris. Dots. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Do you remember the first time we met? In the courtroom or in the ship? Yes, of course. On the SS Buria, when I was dragged out from that wardrobe still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin of a Sasato takedown. You know very well that I'm talking about after that. It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy. Miss Sasato. And my instincts were right. I really want to believe. No, I'm sure of that. I'll be back soon. Farewell until then. Oh, Sasato. Cutscene!
Somehow we seem to have come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Or the first volume, at least.
Let's go!
Looking back now, it feels as though fate has led me on this journey.
Waga High too!
Fate led me to becoming a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective. I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead. Of course there will.
That's a neat reference.
But whatever happens, I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around.
Aww, his violin. He brought his violin?
After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
Rinosuke, you're so sappy. I love that. Look at that. Oh, okay. The power of friendship. Yeah, the power of station. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I have some rather awkward news. Yeah? The railway company has decided to sue over this special express train, apparently. Yo, we got a station, book the hell out of here. Huh? It caused such a commotion on the line. All the other trains had to wait at stations. But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Sir, take us to the restaurant right now. We need to get the hell out of here. Anyway, I explained everything and how it is all... Motherfucker! Motherfucker, no! No! Sholmes, you son of a bitch! No! No! Huh? Huh? You son of a bitch! No, you're not throwing me under the bus. Great detective, my ass. God damn. I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. We're getting sued? No! Well, not to worry, my dear fellow. According to Mr. Sato, you love defending yourself in court. That... Bro, no. I did not win that case to be sued by a train company. Not the British Railway Company, bro. Huh? 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 That's alright. I'm perfectly happy to testify against Sholmes? Iris, no! Iris, no! 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 The fuck, no! He really didn't look like the sort of man who would do something so outrageous. See? Traitors. Traitors all around me. The greatest friends in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Sholmes. Yes? A word, if you don't mind. Why, certainly. Any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow. Oh yes, I love Bruno's words. I know just the one he would use here. Yeah, motherfucking objection, let's go! Then I really must say...
Objection!
Yeah, there we go. There we go, that's part one done. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, okay. Oh, right, you didn't stop. Something was afoot. Which was why I had ordered them all myself. So I advertised them for sale with, used by Mr. Sholmes to solve an important case. And the money I've earned, consulting detective work pays a pittance by comparison. I see. Alrighty then, Sholmes. Gotcha. Interesting. Lovely. That's amazing. Ah, haven't slept a wink. His manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Ellie usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement, for some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfast. She makes them here? She makes miso soup here? Or rather, the train. Sir, you can pay the legal fees of throwing us under the bus. Literally. Is Ouchie, witness, your testimony is riddled of contradictions. Exactly. Really do rare Koban's coins hide under rare stakes themselves? Well, I don't know if Zenosis' father is an innocent man, or are you calling my son a liar? Witnesses, my courtroom is no place for your petty arguments. Exactly, ouchie. That's the pun, that's the joke. Look, it's Mr. Jigoku himself. Having delivered the Russian dancer to shore in Shanghai, I laid low on the steamship for a while. Last night, I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board. I've done nothing wrong. All I did was give Wagahai's offspring refuge in my pot. A man brings some kittens on board, and suddenly he's a hardened criminal. That's not fair. You have kittens with you? Sir! Sir! You have Wagahai's kids on you? Isn't that illegal? How are you gonna feed the cats for 50 days? Scientific investigation will be the gold standard for policing in the new age. I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline, like a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in perfect unison. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have about 2 minutes and 37 seconds until my next appointment. So Strongheart. I mean, we know who I mean, at least I know who his descendant is, probably, because like just visual similarities, right? The latest Runs magazine's out, and I'm in it again. Whenever I say that one line she wrote down, I get a standing ovation. When I hear it, what is it? Not bad, I suppose, for an amateur. Glug. Glugs and strikes again. Ah. Ah. Her ladyship puts me to shame. God, this music goes hard though. Damn. You're down. Been visiting the old god on a daily basis, of course. Joni, my old Joe, but literally. Must say, battling with those belly stars every day has done wonders for the Okay. But imagining, well, the housework too. That has made business taped up, I'd say. Hope the gossiping neighbors don't realize the man of the house is his own maid. Hey, it takes a true man to be the best maid. Takes a real man to be the best maid. You can do the oishiku nare. Oh, these two. My Rolly's back on the beat again. All thanks to the Reaper. Really? There's nothing I enjoy more these days than hunting out small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking out for Londoners. They drop halfpennies, and my lovely wife. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Gosh, these two. Gina, you're in prison? Looks like I'm gonna be doing time for a bit now. It always comes every day for Anata, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about all them cases what Chums is looking into. Criminal investigations are kinda interesting when you get into them. And Inspector Lestrade? In game 2? Inspector Lestrade? Hello? Maybe? Oh, hello, Graydon. Yes. I renounced my upbringing and chose a life of sophisticated crime. But regrets? Please. Give over, bruv. That ain't the Ash we used to know. We got time to plan the comeback of Milverton and Skulkin's milk run, right? The three Muscowatsits. Oh my god, you're posing. Milking the neighbor for all it's worth. Oh my god, these three. God. Oh my god, it actually is like the angle. I should have noticed that. Like he's basically posing the same as them, except like not showing his back. My office. Sasato! This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I'll leave you with the many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well. Yeah, you still gotta fill in my dharma, you know? You're supposed to fill it in once you think I'm a great attorney. If I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh, look at that, the photo. Waka hi. Two on Baker Street. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. Man, that was good. I got frustrated with some of the solvings, but that was good. Oh. Okay. What is this? More credits? Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Okay. It's kind of reminding me of like certain like old like anime credit scenes where it's like it's just them walking with all the characters and stuff. It's like it's kind of like did Chibi Maruko-chan had something like that too? I know the opening they had like they had a walking thing, but like they didn't have like a credit scene like this. I'm trying to remember. That's so cute though. I don't know about Chibi Maruko. Oh my god, look, it's Stroganoff himself. It's pretty long running there, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did have an ending credit like that. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm thinking, at least. Oh, I can pause it, but actually, Chibi Maruko just had a 35th anniversary special episode yesterday. Ooh, okay. Okay, them arriving in London with Lord Strongheart, telling them to get a not guilty verdict to be able to stay here. I mean, at least now we know, like, how tall everyone is, like, in relation to Ryunosuke, right? So that's kind of interesting. Sholmes is a tall man, look at that. Got a good couple inches over him. Gregson's about the same height, that's interesting. Wait, he was wearing Getas? Look at that. Man is lanky, he is. Oh my god, Iris is so small. Iris. You're gonna walk with us, right, Iris? Iris? Yeah, look at that. Wait, how tall is Von Zeeks? Come on. Where's the man? Damn, he is tall, his waist is snatched. God damn. He's taller than Sholmes. What the hell? Okay, Gina's like a little shorter. Not bad. Alright, okay. Ooh, she's got flat socks. Yeah. Gina, no, stop firing at us. What the heck? Right? Von Zeeks is so tall. He's so... What the heck? Is that the height of aristocracy? Is that what happened? Is that what it is? Man. Thanks, Capcom. The posing. The Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Finn. Let's go. Okay, but that does leave like a lot of lingering questions, right? Like, you know, what were the 4 names, among other things, right? It does leave it. Oh my god, it's them two! It's the 2 of them, look at them! Oh my god, that's such good artwork. What the heck? Partners. And they were partners. Two bros. Wait, hang on. Hang on, Do. If I do continue from this, right, it just goes back to this, the end of this, right? It's not gonna start, because it's within the game itself. Okay, yeah, alright, okay. Okay. Okay, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, let's go back to the title screen. So we start with the second one. Okay. So let's look at special contents just a little bit. Just really quickly. Let's look at all my accolades. Dang. The height of aristocracy is currently 192. Really? Okay, alright. Outfits are only available to use in the Great Ace Attorney 2. According to someone random on Reddit. Fair enough. Wait, that's the Iris is homemade too. Let's take a look. Yo, what? Do we got a little monkey? Look at that. What? This looks so good. What the heck? Sasato's home. Yo. Iris made this? It's so cool. And I like how it has her like little sigils too, like the university sigil, like her pattern. Shrooms' Japanese jumble mix. Wait. Sir. Of course. You know what? He's wearing. He has a kitsune. Wait. This is all custom. It has like the Shrooms Wilson logo on it. It has the Shrooms Wilson logo on the kitsune mask too. He either made this or he asked. He looks so goofy, right? Look at him. This is really cute though. Look at that, and it's a nice blue too. Maybe I'll use it for like one of the trials. We'll see. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Why are the alternate costumes so cute though? Do you get any other outfits? No, that's the only one. Those are the only ones, and those are only available for the second game. I think it's because like, so remember these two games are released separately, right? When it first came out in the 3DS, and if I remember correctly, the 3 outfits came as DLC for the second game back in the day. But by getting this, you get all the DLC that was already included. So because it was only meant to be used for the second game, I think that's why we can only use it for the second game, pretty much. Yeah. Because the game itself is already complete. It's not like with the DS release of the original Ace Attorney, where they added a whole new case, like a whole new case in addition to like the 4 or 5 case that was already present like on the GBA game, you know? They added a whole new mechanic and brought like one of the characters introduced in that case into Apollo Justice, which is amazing. I love that. But okay, I'm gonna take a very quick break. So I'm gonna put it to BRB. So please enjoy the lounge music. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started on this one, maybe, hopefully. We shall see. We shall see how far we can get with this. But it is also 2 AM, so we'll see how far I go. I'll put y'all to BRB and I'll be right back. So yeah, please enjoy that. Okay, we're back. All right, let's do a bit. Let's get a bit started. Okay, here's my conundrum, right? Here are my thoughts. Which is, so we completed the first game, right? And if we're just gonna start the second game and then end like in an hour or so, I feel like that's a little bit of a waste, just a little bit. So I feel like I'd rather stream the game again tomorrow and then do like a longer, maybe 3 or 4 hour stream instead, right? I feel like that would make more sense rather than like do an hour now and then like stream like the rest like the 4 hours later. It feels a little like it feels a little bit of a mishmash, I would say. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it here tonight. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you have the rest of the day going for you, please have a very wonderful rest of your day. And if you need to rest and you can go to bed like I do, because it is not as late as last night, but it is getting a little bit late for me, then so Yasumi to you, good night. So we will be doing more Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Tomorrow we'll be playing the second game. We will start the first first case and trial of the second game. And if series tradition is held, then the first case is just going to be entirely the trial itself. So that should be pretty fun. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the story is going to go, and we will see where we will see if all the little like loose threads that were left at the end of the first game get revealed. If we can find the conclusion to it. We shall see. So yeah, we'll be doing that next time. So let's do a raid. Let me pull up my raid message. My raid alt. Oh, I cannot type today apparently. My raid alt and my raid sub. And let me pull up my my newly made socials thing. So yeah. So for those who aren't already following me on other platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, all that stuff, I have a VOD channel too if you want to go back and look at some VODs that I've been like, updating here and there, give or take. Yes, you can check it out there too. But yeah, let's go and raid Thelma. Please tell me I wrote that right. Yes, I did. Okay, let's go raid Thelma. For those that don't know Thelma is a metal... Well, Thelma is a metal dragon, and you're currently playing... What's it called? Ending Extinction is Forever. It looks like a pretty fun game. It looks like a platformer where you're a wolf. Sorry, not a wolf, a fox. Damn, I got that completely wrong. But yeah, let's go on over and give Thelma a good old Snow Patrol greeting, shall we? Yeep. So, again, tomorrow, start of Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. I'll see you there. But in any case, let's Toya! And as always, this has been Toya, and I'll see ya.